Hello Scrapbookers, this is Megan and I am back today with a Scrapping Wonders Traveler's Notebook mixed media spread. Holy cow, that was really long. So here you can see I am using insert, and this one is actually with just regular scrapbooking paper, but I wanted to do a mixed media layout. I had seen an image on Pinterest recently and I totally didn't save the pin, so I'm kind of kicking myself that I can't give credit to whomever created it, but it was basically just a blue page and then it had like white paint kind of mixed in with the blue, and then it had a bunch of snowflakes painted on there. So this is kind of my take on this idea of the blue background and the snowflakes. So here you can see I am just using some Shimmers paints, and I think I used Snowy Man vibes and then Heidi Ho blue, and I think that one is colorings. So the vibes was a little too light of a blue, but the Snowy Man, actually it might be Heidi Ho blue. I should have been paying attention when I showed you what I was using, but the other one was too dark, and so I combined them together and I really liked that color. Okay, so now you can see here I am all done with the blue part of the background, and now I'm going to pull out some dazzlers, and this is silver. It is called Foiled Again. And basically I am just going to spread this over both sides of the pages, or the TN, and I really like how that turned out. So I am going to let that dry. Well, actually, let's see, what am I going to do? So I created, or I found a cut file from my silhouette, and I cut out 3 sizes of the snowflakes that I found. And here you can see I'm kind of contemplating what I want to do. At first I was thinking I was going to pull them off, and then I was thinking, well, I'm going to put some pasties on here directly, and then I decided, no, I'm going to just spray with the vibes. I think that's the vibes that I'm using right there. That is called, let's see, Snowy Man, I think is that one. So here I'm just spraying my cut files and then dabbing off with just a baby wipe. And I really like how that looks after I dab it off, because I don't want it to be completely saturated with the blue. I want it to kind of have different shades throughout the whole of the snowflake, and so I really like the look that dabbing off with the baby wipe gives it. I am trying to pull these apart, but they're kind of starting to rip because they're just so wet. So I'm going to pull this off, and then I'm going to set it aside so that I don't end up ripping, because you can see kind of to the right on that one that's still on my mat that it kind of ripped, and so that wasn't what I wanted to happen. Okay, so now you can see I have brought in some Tim Holtz crayons. I thought that maybe the snowflakes weren't dark enough still, and so I decided to use the crayon and a baby wipe just to kind of make them a little darker. And so I just keep adding the Tim Holtz crayon until I feel like they're dark enough. Also, I did check on the colors of Shimmers sprays that I used, and I used vibes in Snowy Man and then colorings in Heidi Ho blue. Okay, so you can see that I am just going to do these 2 smaller snowflakes, and while I am working on these, I'm thinking I'm just going to use these 2, but I actually changed my mind. I am going to let this dry overnight, and then I'm going to come back the next day and I'm going to finish it up. So here I'm doing some more coloring and blending with the crayons, and then I'm going to pull out one of my newest products that I've bought from Shimmer's Paints, and it is one of the most exciting ones that I've purchased recently, and it's called Puttin' on the Glitz, and it is a pasties product is what it's called, and pretty much it is a smooth paste that you put on. You can see that I'm just spreading it on, and it shows up white, but when it dries clear, and it is glimmery, and it's got glitter and shimmer to it. So you can see here I'm just spreading it over where I put the dazzlers, and then I'm also going to add some more dimension to the page by using the snowflakes as a stencil. And my main idea for doing this was because I wanted to add some of that glimmer of the Puttin' on the Glitz pasties to the snowflake, and so I figured that I would add it to the page as well. So here I'm going to add some to this littler piece, and then I'm going to come back and it will be the next day. So I will be wearing a different shirt. I don't usually change my shirts twice in one day, so yeah, just thought I would make that clear because it's a very important part, right? Okay, sorry. It's late here. I'm getting a little loopy. I probably should go to bed, but anyway, we are going to jump in on this the next day. So what I'm going to do is I am going to start making some little droplets. So I once, like a long time ago, saw an idea for a craft to use the end of to use the end of a pencil. So I was dipping the pencil eraser into paint and dabbing it off on the page and getting perfect circles. So I just really loved this idea. So I end up doing white, and then I think I do kind of like a teal color. Let me grab my notebook. I do a teal color, and let's see, I do try to do a light blue, but it ends up blending in too much. So I think that's what I do first, is I do the light blue, but it blends in too much with the blue background. So I end up adding a little bit of a green, and I love the color that it makes. It stands out so perfect, and yeah, just, it's yummy. I love it. Don't you love that word yummy? I love using that word to explain things like papers and paint colors, and it's just very fun. I'm telling you, it's late. It's way past my bedtime. I need to go to bed. So I hope you enjoy this voiceover tonight. Anyway, so here you can see I'm still using the white. So I kind of go back and forth between the white and the blue, or the tealish green. Here I'm going to start gluing down the snowflakes, and I just use my Scotch Quick Dry for that. And then I'm wiping off the excess with just a baby wipe because I didn't want the page to stick to the other side. So now you can see that I've added that smaller snowflake to the left side of the page, and then here is where I am going to decide to add this bigger snowflake, and I am going to leave it this lighter color of blue, and I really like how that looks. It kind of stands, I don't know if this makes sense, like it blends into the page, but it also stands out against the page at the same time. Does that make sense? Anyway, so I am going to kind of mess around with it and glue it down here at the top, and then I'm also going to glue the other half of it down at the bottom. And then I'm going to add a couple embellishments, and I'm pretty sure that that is it for this spread. Make sure that you head on over to the Scrapping Wonders Etsy shop. I will leave a link below for Etsy, and she also has a few items posted on her website that you can buy there as well as on Etsy. Thank you so much for watching today. I hope that you guys have a wonderful Monday. Bye!